I think for an open day to be successful, you want the retailer to be happy and you want the customer to have a good day out and enhance the experience. And I think that's exactly what happened at Fauna. It was a great day laid on with loads of different consultants from different brands, food, drink, a great atmosphere, friendly staff, and the best shop in Europe. I can't think of another tackle shop that comes close to it. Incredible.
Hopefully it's not a tench. It might be a tench.
It's important to have that confidence and not to get down if things aren't going your way, because let's face it, we can't catch all the time. Even when we do it right, you know, and even when things seem to be in your favour, you can get where you want to get. Sometimes the fish just don't play ball, and that's life. It would be no fun if it was easy and they were that predictable. So it's important that you don't chop and change too much. Now that's not to say that you can't change things up when it's not working and it's obvious that it's not working, but you need to do that in a positive mindset. The change should be a positive thing to move things forward, and not because you think something's not working, you know, in a regressive state. So maintain a positive mindset. That's really, really important. And it will come to you. It will come to you.
Well, it's a quick bite, whatever. Oh, where are you going? Ah, it's a tench. It's a big one though.
I think one of the awesome things about the Dutch carp scene is how versatile it is, and by that I mean the wide variety of venues and angling styles which carp fishing takes in this country. You've got some incredible venues, from massive gravel pits and river deltas and huge rivers and canal systems, park lakes, just about everything. The full spectrum of carp angling.
Not lekker.
I think it's beautiful.
Oh, God, that got the old heart going. Oh. Right, let's get the rod back out.
Spawning, bro. They started spawning, and because I'm fishing next to an inlet where they're spawning in the canal, I think all those pheromones have got the other carp excited as well, and although they're not spawning on the lake, they're not feeding. I think they're getting ready. So yeah, time for a new venue, I think. Somewhere where the fish are not getting jiggy with it.
Working out which angle to best approach it from. Either come from one side or the other. Might go next door. We can fish that bush and then this one. Look, much better angle. From that swim I was fishing straight up the bush, but now I can put one left and right, tuck them really tight. I've got a good angle to stop the fish from going into the snag, so gets it up exciting. saying to Marco, I don't think I'm going to get much sleep tonight. I'm the sort of person where one bleep wakes me up, and the way that I'm fishing I need to be awake on one bleep, but I'm getting quite a few liners already, so I have a feeling it's going to be quite a busy night. Every time it goes bleep I'll be rolling my legs off the bed chair. But yeah, it's exciting, huh? Chance of a Dutch 50. 25 kilos. Woo! In order to make the most of the limited time that I have, it's really important first to find the carp, but also to make sure that you're presenting a good trap. And that's where stuff like, I don't know, solid bags, chod rigs, and of course a bushwacker comes in, or a bait boat if that's your thing. But for me, the bushwacker is perfect for the job, particularly if you're there for 8 hours, 12 hours, and you really want the chance of a quick bite. The bushwacker doesn't disturb them. So for instance, tonight I've dropped my rigs out and I feel confident that the carp don't really know that they're being fished for. I haven't catapulted any bait in, I haven't dropped any leads or splashed about, so I've tried to keep it as quiet as possible. And I've had plenty of liners, the carp are still in the area. I haven't had a bite, but you know, we've only had the rods out half an hour, but the fact that they're still in the area, that's what I'm trying to achieve from the situation, is make sure I don't spook them, because there's a chance, if I'm only here for a few hours, that they're not going to come back. So yeah, don't spook the carp. Hook pull. That was mental. That fish just went like a dolphin. It didn't go into the snag. It obviously tried to on the tape but couldn't. And it just steamed along the far margin and like erupted out of the water. My only consolation is I'm pretty sure it wasn't a 50-pound common. There's like a little bit of rough stuff there. It swam fully 10 yards in about 3 or 4 seconds. But yeah, I don't think it was a big one. There was a bite. Quick bite, just what I was talking about. What would be, the rod had been out half an hour. Real advantages of attending the shop days and public events is that I do get the opportunity to fish with some of the local anglers and fish some local venues and venues that I might not get the chance to visit. We call them carp hotels, so rather than stay in a hotel you set up at the lake with a chance of a fish. So yeah, a carp hotel is much preferable to a real hotel, and it's usually a lot cheaper, a lot more fun and better for the photo album. Well, it's not a proper carp, but it is a pretty big grass carp. I'll take that. I remember you had a big one last time we were here, Marco, didn't you?
I don't want to talk about that.
That's a nice one. 15 kilos maybe? I'll tell you what, sometimes they give up quite easily, but this one isn't. Savage liners. Gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? Not quite ready yet. Well, that's 2 bites in the first one. It's literally just getting dark. So yeah, really pleased. See if we can get a nice look at him when he's going back. Make it a 10 out of 10 release, eh? Okay, so let's get a look at this creature before we release it, because, oh wow, I think it's well over 30 pounds, isn't it, Marco? I don't really want to say, but it's got some, got a bit of depth to it as well. It's not just a shove.
It's big.
Right, I'm going to let him go. There we go. Let itself go. And do you know what? I think that would have absolutely bashed me up on the mat. So I'm kind of glad that I put that one back. Right, let's get this rod back out. Lovely carp, a proper one this time. That gave me a right old scrap as well. First thing this morning. I didn't actually put the rods out again after that grassy until first light, but I did ship out 2 big scoops of bait, and yeah, literally as soon as I put this one out, it was away. Yeah, looking forward to maybe getting another one. Greedy, I know, but yeah, well pleased with it. A nice big one. That one looks a good one. So yeah, just thread that on there. That's really easy, that bit. And then loop it over. Pull it tight. Super simple. Mount the bait. I think when you're arriving to do such a short session, it's really paramount that you find some fish to fish for, otherwise it becomes hopeless. If you turn up like we have tonight and there's fish in front of me, well, it's an absolute buzz. You know, even if you've got to go early in the morning, which we actually don't stay. Last time I fished here, we had to scarp quite quickly, and I remember it was absolutely thundering with rain. So I'm looking forward to not the wettest pack up in the world. Whether we go tomorrow or whether we stay an extra night, I don't know, but it feels good. It feels really good. Because you really need at least 4 ounces to nail them properly in the lip. In all seriousness, there's a bit of a fashion for using over heavy leads, and a lot of the time you really don't need it. If you're a river angler, you'll know you use as much weight as you need to hold bottom. So for me, if I'm fishing at long range, I'll use a bigger lead. If I'm fishing at short range, where there's no wind or current to move the lead, then you don't really need a big one. That's my theory anyway. A little bit of wisdom. Not very wise, but you know. Angling's problem solving, isn't it? I don't do what people tell me. I try and think for myself. Sometimes you've got to learn the hard way, but sometimes you stumble across something which actually works. So don't be afraid to try and experiment. Okay, coffee time.
Thankfully he's out of the bushes. Well, that was taking line off a tight clutch there, Marco. Just need to get him on a shorter line. That's the trouble, when you're fishing at an angle, if it kites, it can get back in the trees again. And they know where they're going, don't they? Oh, he's trying it. He's out. Well, that was savage. I was lucky, he couldn't quite get straight in the bush there. The line was tight enough, it just pulled him across the front of it. You know what, they don't even have to be big fish when you're fishing like that. I don't think this is the grassy one. I don't know if it's the coffee or the buzz, like the strong coffee. Look, it's only a small one. Biting so hard though. Oh, it's a beautiful one though. Well lekker. Tiny. Tiny but lekker. Real character, he's got like a gap in his dorsal fin. Nice one there to show the legs for that. Oh, it's so hard in here. Let's go under the net now. Come on. He's pulling. Tell you what, these new hooks are good though, aren't they? Don't have any worry about them in this situation now. They've been well tested. What a result. That is what I'm all about. That's a proper lush one. Oh, that's the absolutely perfect hook hold. Well, if my first caught from this lake last year was the biggest mirror, then maybe this one's the smallest. But I'll tell you what, check him out. That is awesome. Beautiful fish. Absolute mega ruck as well. I know it's only somewhere north of £10, not a massive one, but I'm really pleased, super pleased. For me, carp fishing isn't just about size. We all love a big one, but yeah, what a lovely carp. Time for a move. Time for a move. There are fish in here, but it's very snaggy. I can't leave the rod. Not that I really want to, but yeah, it's proper danger fishing, and I can't fish like that for the night. So maybe we'll give it 5 more minutes. Yeah, I don't want to fish like that for the night. There's fish around the other side of the island, cruising about, bow waving. It's a lot more open there. So yeah, we'll go around there. That'll
I can always come back here tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stay here, but fancy to change of scene. Can always have a little go and move back. There's definitely carp along this margin here. Is it a better shout than the other side? Well, it's nice to have choices, isn't it? Come on, carp.
First venue was really cool. We were a bit unlucky with the spawning situation, but yeah, this second venue, I think we had planned to go elsewhere, but I've ended up sort of sticking on for an extra night. Although I've visited here before, there's something about it. It's quite interesting, and the stock is, you know, it's actually really impressive. Particularly like the biggest fish. I've already had one of the really nice mirrors out of here, but there's some really awesome scaly ones. And one of the members the other day was showing me the stocking pictures. So yeah, it's got some really cool carp in. So yeah, it's been nice to sort of stay an extra day and get my teeth into it. And tonight I'm feeling really confident. You know, it's a little bit warmer than it was last night, and I feel like I'm really on them. You know, I feel like I've got a good chance of maybe catching that big one. You know, he's due out. I'm pretty sure that it's opposite me in these trees. So yeah, if he's hungry, then maybe I'll have a chance of catching it. It's going to be a case of fighting my way through the bream, I think, even though I'm just fishing straight tigers and nothing sort of breamy. Yeah, I'm still getting pickups, but yeah, I could fish bigger hook baits, so I didn't get bream pickups, but in a way I want those bream to tell me when there's no bait left. You know, there's no point in me just fishing with a single there. I want at least a handful of bait over my rig to get a pick up off those carp. So I know that if I'm getting picked up by a bream, it's time to rebait anyway. So it's just, I don't get the choice as of when, it's whenever that rod goes off. So tonight I'm gonna be a soldier, and I'm gonna plough through however many bream I get. Hopefully it won't be too many. But yeah, normally I wouldn't be finding them in such shallow water. I'm fishing in less than a metre, and you'd expect the bream to stay in the deeper water, but yeah, because they're sort of a bit spawny, and they're obviously keen to venture about, and obviously very hungry, so yeah, there's going to be no escaping them. Like I say, I don't want to fish a bigger hook bait. It costs you carp bites, it really does, especially when you've got a mixed size of stock in here. And although I'd like to catch that big one, I'm not fussy. I'll take any carp that comes my way. So yeah, fingers crossed. Little character. I was expecting maybe another one, but yeah, just this one bite. But yeah, he's quite a cool one. Didn't think it was very big, but it's so wide and short and deep, it is probably close to 20 pounds, but yeah, very cool. think we're going to stay for the last night. And there's a few fish up and down this sunny margin. It's actually where I fished last night. I've been for a lap this morning. I fished a couple of spots, but I think I was in a good spot last night. I did catch one, and I think there's a couple more out here to catch. So yeah, this is going to be me. We always joke about rig talk, but some people actually want to know what you're using. And I am using a rig which is slightly different to my normal multi-rig, in that I'm utilising a bottom bait, a tiger nut, and I'm fishing it with a long shank claw, sort of German style. I think that's the name of the rig, where you fish with the hook bait directly mounted on the shank of the hook. It's a rig that I've been using for, well, 3 months now, quite extensively, and caught quite a lot of carp on it. For a bottom bait, I like a beak point hook, and the claw long shank has been really, really effective for me with this rig. It means I can change my hook bait quickly, I can change my hook quickly, and if I want, I can even swap it for a multi-rig fish with a pop-up, you know, without actually changing the hook link at all. So it's super versatile. So I'll quickly talk you through the rig. The hook bait, which is a single tiger nut, is mounted on a swivel bait screw that's directly on the shank of a size 6 long shank claw. The hook link is 20-pound skin link. I'm using a little bit of Klingon putty just to weight that down, and fishing an inline lead. Now I've got a length of Klingon leader around about 2 meters. And that's it, super simple. I can swap that for a multi-rig if I need to. I can change the hook really easily, and I can change the hook bait really easily. So yeah, it's really versatile, really easy, really simple. Right, let's get this out. Over the years, Alan and I have fished our way to quite a few shows in Shopdays, and several of them have been in Holland. Most notably, we did Zoals quite a few times. You know, a lot of you will remember that. It's now the Den Bosch show. But yeah, we fished our way to Zoals several times and had some really cool carp on the way, stopping off at our mate Felix's place. And I think one night we had 3, 1 each. There's a real nice shot of us all with a carp, and it might have even been the same night actually. We went to a big public lake in Amsterdam, and Alan and I both had a nice combination. Got a lovely brace shot somewhere, and arrived at the show wet and stinking of fish. And it's always cool to chat to people, and they say, "Oh, did you stay at a hotel?" And you go, "No, we fished last night." And it always, I think it shows your passion and dedication, doesn't it? That you actually want to fish. You know, when we could stay at a hotel, you're working, and you know, it's a long day, but yeah, somehow it's easier when you've had a carp that morning and had some photos, and yeah, it's a bit of a buzz, isn't it? What a glorious mirror to show you this morning. One of 2 fish just before first light, 1 on each rod. So yeah, this is a really nice one. I was hoping to catch one of the scaly ones out of here, so really pleased. Lovely carp. Even he's a cool one as well. He's got like loads of really tiny scales that I didn't notice. Like super long one. I say this one fought super hard as well. Look how angry it is. Super angry. Okay, so my final fish of this short trip is this lovely, I'd like to call it leathery, but it's actually got loads of tiny scales on it. Very cool little carp. Not that little actually. I think he's somewhere around 10 kilos, so yeah. Lovely times. Right, time to get back to Blighty. Been lovely. Cheers, Marco.